That's a good save right there.
Yep. I blinked and I saw it.
So last time we took this trip with the Marine, I said you didn't want to do this, and I should have listened.
Yeah.
Well, we did it again, and I gotta give little Teddy Jr. Ted the youngin.
Baby Teddy.
Yeah, baby $1 Million Man. I gotta give him credit. Or whoever made the movie, they worked to his strengths and didn't have him say much.
Yeah,
but,
I'm about to say they clearly watched him wrestle and said, this guy's a lot better when he's not talking.
Mm-hmm. So after we roll that open, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna take a trip down to the Marine, except the second version. We're gonna review with this WWE Studio Slam. So yeah.
All right.
This movie came out in 2009. So the first one came out in what was it? I thought it was 2006. Reason I say that is because I was in Iraq when the movie said to crit Iraq, and I was like, man, it feels like they're making this thing for me. But in 2009, I was on my way out from the.
2006, you were correct.
Oh, thank you. I try to be. But yeah, in 2009, I was on my way out from the. No, I was just on my way in to the National Guard.
Wow.
Well, I joined in late 08, but still.
Semantics.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Active Army, they were like, oh, yeah, we'll let you stay, but we ain't giving you nothing extra. And I was like, Mo, thanks for the thoughts, guys.
Thanks for looking out, guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
It's good. It's so good of you. But then I talked to the National Guard, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you $10,000 to come hang out with us. And I was like, turns out you win.
Yeah.
I was like, that wasn't that hard.
Literally giving me anything. All right. Hey.
Yeah. One offer's better than, or any offer's better than no offer.
Exactly.
But yeah, so like I said, this movie it came out in 2009, and it actually runs 5 more minutes than the first one.
So this is a 2 hour 35?
2:35, yeah.
Dang, I was close.
But yeah, my first note is how young Ted DiBiase Jr. was.
Yeah, it's weird because I know what he looks like now.
Yeah, well, and it's just so, time is so freaking weird.
Yeah,
man. Like. So after I talk about in the notes, which I took too many notes, to basically sum these up, the movie's better than the first.
Yep.
The relationships are believable. They don't over exaggerate the Marine. All positives. But like I said, my second note is we meet Joe Linwood. Linwood, I believe that's
Was that his last name?
I think it's Linwood. I wrote it somewhere. I hate when I don't type these things up.
So you'll notice if you watch these videos back, I don't know anyone's name.
Yeah, and half the time I'll write Ted.
Yeah.
But so when we meet Ted DiBiase's Marine, he's with another Marine, and I keep asking myself throughout this scene, I said, where are we? What are we doing? Why is this happening? But
what is this for?
But the upside is, even though it tells us South Asia, which is very indiscriminate, even though it doesn't tell us why we're here, what it does do is it keeps things grounded and serious and believable.
Unlike the last one.
Unlike the last one, exactly. So John Triton, in the first film, he's all camoed up and he busts in and he takes everybody out without breaking a sweat. Definitely can't get hit by a bullet if he had to. But Joe, played by Ted, he keeps seeing this kid, and as soon as I see the kid, I'm like, unfortunately, this kid's gonna get it because that's just how we do here. Like we ain't gonna. This is Chekhov's gun, but with a kid where you set it up and you just gotta knock it down, and that's unfortunate because it's a little youngin.
Yeah.
But the upside about that is it justifies Ted taking a sabbatical and going home.
Of course.
And something I really enjoyed about the movie was the relationship between Joe and his wife Robin.
Yes.
So unlike John Triton and his wife, whose name did not matter because she was just "I will worship you."
Honest to God, I don't remember if they ever said her.
I'm not sure she ever had a name, but because her whole goal was "I will worship you. You do no wrong, even though you
literally God among men."
Yes, you broke every rule, and you can't keep your mouth shut at work on your first day. But oh, baby, you got it.
You the one.
Yes, exactly. And so, but the difference between John Triton and his wife and Joe and Robin are when we first meet or have the interaction between the characters.
Mm-hmm.
They have a witty back and forth bit of banter where, so Robin, she's a high-end resort liaison concierge type lady where she's trying to help this rich dude get his thing off the ground, his project off the ground. And so he's like, "Oh, I'll be your professional plus one." And she's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I could just leave you home." And he's like, "Nah, I think I'll rather go to paradise with you."
Yeah, I'd rather have fun than sit at home.
Exactly.
Can't blame her, to be honest. But,
yeah.
You know.
And so like, and it wasn't just Joe and Robin that had a good relationship. When Joe and Robin get to the island where the resort is being launched, after Robin is done for the first day of her duties, her and her husband go to explore the island, and we meet a character named Church, who's played by Michael Rooker. Yondu. He's played by Yondu.
Played by Yondu. Yes. I think it's Rucker.
Rucker, okay.
Yeah.
And so immediately upon this Marine, Joe, meeting Church, they both know that each other are military fellas. They got
that vibe about them.
Exactly, and it always cracks me up when that happens, because like I'll have that on a semi-regular where somebody will be like, "Oh, you were in?" I was like, "How'd you know?" They're like, "I don't know, I just knew."
You just got that look.
And I think especially back when I didn't have scruffy hair and a beard, it was easier to be picked out of a lineup.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But no, it's always good to have that camaraderie between, and honestly, it wasn't military based, but me and you, we from day one we had that connection. I think it was Hangman Page, or it was definitely something elite that made it happen.
Yeah, something in AEW.
Correct.
Got it. Man, it was like, whoa, you like that too? Yeah.
Dude, I've had so many lasting friendships like that. So when I was in college, I was filming a football game.
Right.
Just local high school stuff, just so we had practice, because that's what we're all there for, not football, but filming. And so somebody says something about it being time. Yeah. And this dude who I did not know said, it's time. Vader. Yeah, it's Vader time. And I was like, oh, instantly I knew we were going to be friends.
Me and you were friends. Yeah, we got this. You literally just said, let's be best friends.
And like legit to this day, so we had the same shoot first name, but neither one of us call each other by it, because he calls me Oz and I call him Price, because
that's funny.
It's amazing how like in our case wrestling, or in the case of Church and Joe, just one thing can spark that friendship that helps keep things going.
Yeah.
And another thing about Church, or Michael Rooker's character, whatever, is that he isn't initially into the idea of joining Ted's two-man power trip. Yeah, he's like, because so Teddy comes to me. He's like, hey, we gotta save these hostages. He's like, I don't know about that. He was like, I was pretty okay as a team, but me and you, we're not a team. We're just two guys. Yeah. He's like, I've been out for a while, and he's like, kid, I'm not sure if we're on the same page. Yeah. And so Ted tries to. Oh, so the resort gets taken over by the island locals, who say, it's bad that you've come here and
how dare you
encroach
on our territory,
absolutely,
our property, yada yada.
And so they want tribute, they call it, which tribute just comes down to the almighty dollar.
Give me more money.
And so, and so, it's fine. It's.
I'm about to say it's a typical action movie plot, as far as reason for.
It is a completely understandable plot device.
Exactly. You
People,
get from point A to point B, and you need that sometimes.
Oh, and speaking of the people who want said money, the lead guy, he is both Aquaman's pops, and he is also not Boba Fett. He's Jango Fett in Star Wars.
He's the same actor?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to look at this guy again because I didn't.
Yeah, the lead terrorist or a freedom fighter or whatever. He was. Yeah. I legit looked it up because I was on.
Like Aquaman's father.
On Voodoo, yeah. I'm pretty sure that was his role in Aquaman. Yeah, go ahead and you do that thing. But yeah, so like I said, just these handful of actors really helped keep the film in a better position. Although
I'll be damned, yeah, sure enough.
So now, Manu Bennett and Robert Patrick weren't able to save John Cena's John Triton, the Marine, but in this one, because they asked so little acting-wise from Ted DiBiase, and
they didn't save anything.
Most of the acting came from the actual actors, and he was more movements and
body
facials,
facial expressions.
Facials, yeah. He was,
yeah, I'll give it to Ted. You can tell he's a wrestler because he's got those facial expressions down packed.
Yeah, I was impressed with his ability to convey, especially frustration, because Robin's boss is I wrote, I was like, this guy's a dick. Yeah. And so Ted stands up for his wife, and then he's like, and obviously I'm the bad guy. He's like, who'd have thought? But yeah, it's not what I would call good cinema, but it is a step in the right direction.
What a great description.
Compared to what had come before it.
Yeah. I think this movie kind of watched Marine 1 and said, okay, let's ask our wrestler actor to do less stuff. We'll have him stick to what he's good at. So what's he good at? Bumping. He's good at bumping. He's good at facial expression.
Absolutely.
We'll leave that. We'll have him say a line here, a line there, so he looks human. But
and I do think human is a very good way of putting it. He was not gifted the super soldier serum that John Triton got.
Thank God.
I know, right? I mean,
about to say, this man hit the floor, and I'm like, ooh, I felt that.
I would have been okay with John Triton having the super soldier serum as long as you just tell us.
Explain it to us so that way I'm not like, that guy just gets shot in the head and just keeps walking?
Yep, he did not care.
All right.
But yeah, so Joe is far more, like you said, human. That's a great way of putting it. And there's even a spot in the movie where all the hostages, including Robin, believe that the terrorists have killed the Marine. I think they're calling him the American, the freedom fighter terrorist dudes. But
like the Americans coming.
But they know, the hostages know that when they say the American, they mean her husband.
Yeah.
And so when everyone thinks that he's been gotten, Robin is legitimately torn up about it.
Yeah. Like you would be in that
exactly.
situation.
Whereas the wife in the first movie, she was just unfazed by anything.
And you know what? I think it's because she knew. Nah, he's fine.
Exactly.
He's perfectly fine.
She's like, I'm the one who signed him up for that serum. He just don't even know it.
He don't even know. We injected him into sleep. He hasn't even noticed. He hasn't asked any questions.
No questions.
So I'm starting to think he got stabbed as a child and just it bounced off him before because he doesn't think twice about it.
I love it. Yeah. So like I said, to me, this I think I gave this thing overall. So I don't do half scores, but if I did do half scores, I would give it a 2.5. I think it's just above passing. Thus, I give it overall a fine because fine is the next thing up from passing.
Fair.
But if I was to have done half scores, this is definitely one that would fall in that territory.
Yeah, right, straight down the middle.
Yeah, because
for me, I gave it a 2.
Okay.
But
again, this fits perfectly with our Marine 1 takes.
Yes.
So,
yeah, because if I remember right, I gave Marine 1 a 0.
Correct, and I gave it a 1.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
And I do think this was a vast improvement for that movie. I think they worked a lot more with their strengths.
Yeah, and I hope that my memory of the Mrs. Marine.
I haven't watched them, so yeah, this will be fun.
So I already stated on the channel before during the 12 rounds reviews that the reason I own the Marine franchise is because my mom thought she was doing me a solid. She was like, "Oh, you like wrestling? This has wrestlers in it. That seems to make sense." But in that same vein, on that same general thought process, just for funsies and for entertainment's sake. So I was already an adult. I owned my own home, been in the Army, graduated college, all this stuff. But
grown man.
But on one of my birthdays, I don't remember which one, but whichever one happened around the year of 2010, so could be a little after. My mom got me this Ted DiBiase Jr. action figure because she was just at the store and she was like, "Hey, I haven't done this in a long time," and obviously Ted DiBiase is a name that stood out to her due to Ted's daddy. And so this always just will mean a lot to me because of not so much of the toy itself, but because of the thought behind it. The hey, I remember doing this kind gesture for my kid, and I'd like to do it again. So that's one of the reasons why I have kind of a soft spot for Ted Jr. or just the idea of
Ted Jr. in 2009, 2010.
Exactly, for sure. Well, and I even at the time thought that either he or Cody should have been the one to win that triple threat with.
I agree. Basically, if anyone but Randy Orton had won that triple threat, that would have been fine.
Would have made sense.
Yeah. At least it would have been like, okay, he's getting pushed. They probably don't care about that guy. Because let's be honest, Orton was going to be fine regardless.
Absolutely. Forever and always fine.
Yeah, I think he went on to win 10 more world championships.
Something like that. So on the topic of three-way dances and who's the third man?
Who's the third man, brother?
So we here at the channel Mr. Super Oz, we have an announcement about the Marine 3. 4, 5, and 6 also. But
3 is the next one coming.
Yes, beginning with the Marine 3, the structure of the WWE Studio Slam is going to grow.
Get a shake-up, if you will.
Yes, exactly. So beginning next month with the WWE Studio Slam and the Marine franchise, my longtime friend, your now friend.
Yeah, I'm about to say, friend of the last year and a half or so.
G from the channel Mr. Thomas will be joining the WWE Studio Slam for at least the duration of the Marine franchise and potentially further on, just depending on how life and everything goes. And so I just wanted to put that out there for everybody who tunes in for this because coming next month
we don't want you to be thrown off like, wait a minute, there's a whole extra person here.
Yeah.
And no one said anything.
Nobody said a thing.
Yeah. And so you can't accuse us of not saying nothing.
And so speaking of telling you about what is up, look at this beautiful apparel this gentleman he has here. Yeah, that's some good apparel right there.
I came geared out today. I was ready to go.
Appreciate you. So the reason this channel exists and the reason we're slamming WWE Studios and doing animation celebrations, all the good stuff, is because I, Oz from Mr. Super Oz, I wrote myself. Yeah, look at that. There's one. It's all over the place here. I wrote Everlasting Survivors, Volume 1 all day long, a 68-page graphic novel. This is the Jeff Hicks cover. That is the Nick Crook cover. If you follow the link, beautiful. If you follow the link in the description, you can get yourself one of 5 cover options. You can get a hat. You can get a shirt. You can get posters. Everybody who makes a purchase gets themselves a Gamble comic sticker. Looks a lot like that logo there. And thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the continuation of us talking about the Marine. I hope it continues to go up.
I'm about to say, it started from the bottom. It can only go up. And now we're up a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're going to hope it just keeps it just stays level. I'm not even expecting it to be better, just level.
Exactly. Yeah, if we could keep like twosies and threesies,
That'd be ideal.
So nice.
That'd be ideal. But for something tells me there's gonna be a lot of zeros coming out.
So, oh my good, we got Summer Rae to look forward to.
Oh boy.
Then, so that's 3. No, that's 4. So 3 is just Miz. Then 4 is Summer Rae. 5 is Maurice, and then 6 is Becky.
Cool.
Lynch. So
yeah. I only know one Becky, so
yeah. So I look forward. Well, I sort of look forward to seeing how this goes.
In the meantime, make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, while you're here, thank you for watching. But please comment below because it really helps with that, I don't know, algorithm and whatnot. And it just makes me feel good that you care.
Feel it in the heart and soul.
I
See you
know,
guys.
right? Thank you.